What is up, guys? We have basically all the information for the upcoming set, Maze of Memories, or Meza of Memories, I guess. If you are in the Spanish region, I guess I shouldn't say that, right? I don't think we know everything. I don't think we know all the collector's rares, but we do know quite a bit of the collector's rares. Some of them are kind of cool, I suppose, and then some of them are just kind of off. You know what I mean? Like, why are they in this set? Starting off here, we have Spellbook of Fate, which is one of those. Why are spell books taking up a slot on my set, Konami? What the fuck are you doing? Anyways, Ancient Fairy Dragon, I think we knew that was going to get reprinted. I think it got an errata as well. It's kind of hard to read here, so we're going to skip it. Wake up, your motherfucking hero is here, boys. All right, it's going to be an ultra rare as well. Possibly a collector's rare. I don't think we've seen anyone pull it, though. But if Konami does not make this a collector rare, then they are just retarded, in my opinion, because this card as a collector's rare would be fucking amazing for all the hero players, for all the chads out there. We also have Firewall, Dark Fluid, Neo, Tempest, something or other, kind of hard to read, which I think is an import as well. Wake Up Your E-Hero, and this guy, I think were released in the same set in the OCG about a year ago or 6 months ago, if not. And moving on here, we also have Excel Synchro Stardust Dragon, which is also getting kind of imported in here as well, which is great. I love the color scheme of this. This screenshot doesn't do it justice, but in person I have opened up the OCG set and it looks really nice. I don't play Stardust, but I would be, willing to play Stardust just because of that artwork there. Actually, let's kind of read it because I don't remember the effects. So basically, I think it's a level 8, is it not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Usually, Stardust Dragons are level 8 or like 10 or something weird like that. If this card is Synchro Summon, you can special summon one level 2 or lower tuner from your graveyard. Oh, it doesn't negate the effect as well, so it lets you continue your plays. During the main phase quick effect, you contribute this card special summon one Stardust Dragon from your extra deck. This is treated as a synchro summon. Okay, so it not only lets you extend your plays, right? Because you get your synchro or your tuner back from the graveyard, and then you go into Stardust Dragon. It's kind of like a roundabout way of basically going into Stardust Dragon plus a tuner. But anyway, so then immediately after this effect resolves, synchro summon using monsters you control. Oh, so you don't keep it as material. Well, I guess you technically could, because it doesn't say you have to synchro summon using Stardust Dragon. So you technically could keep the Stardust Dragon that you just synchro summoned in this case. For the rest of this turn, the monsters synchro summoned by this effect are unaffected by your opponent's activated effects. You can only use this effect, so it's only for the rest of this turn, which kind of sucks, right? Like if you're going first, that effect is basically useless because you can still get Nibiru'd because it's being tributed. Your monster's being tributed. It's not being targeted by an effect. It's being tributed as like by an effect, but not targeted by an effect. It's still cool though. I think it might actually fit Speedroids, not Synchron, Speedroids a little bit more because of that special summoning of a tuner effect. Red Eye Die, I think is the name of the card, is going to be actually pretty useful with this card. I'm actually really excited for this. It looks really cool, man. I love the color scheme. Solemn Judgment is getting a reprint as a super rare, which is, I guess it's needed. I guess it's needed. We'll go with that. I really don't know of any decks that are actually running Solemn Judgment currently, because we have a lot of cards right now that are doing better things, or they're taking up the slot essentially of Solemn Judgment, right? We have Infinite Impermanence, we have Forbidden Droplet, etc., etc. I can go on, I suppose, but I'm not, because the downside of Solemn Judgment is that you have to pay half your life points, and usually you can get away with just using Forbidden Droplet or an Infinite Impermanence. You don't really need that counter trap spell speed for whatever of Solemn Judgment in most cases. So, all right, so now we got Some Gate Guardian stuff. All right, so I think they're all super rares as well. And I guess we're gonna start off with this goofy ass motherfucker. This is honestly Penis Doctor. What? Oh, I mean, I don't know if that's much better. I thought it was Doctor, but it's a dragon apparently. Penis Dragon. All right, so this guy's goofy as fuck. Look at this guy's face. So it's 𝗦𝗣𝗔𝗡𝗡𝗟 and 𝗬𝗛. It must be special summoned from the extra deck by banishing the above cards you control once per chain. When your opponent activates a spell or trap card or effect on the field, quick effect, you can negate that effect. Oh, okay, hang on. So when your opponent activates a spell, trap card, or effect on the field, huh? So they can activate something from their hand that's a spell or a trap, and you can negate it, or you can also negate anything on the field, so that includes a monster. You can negate the effect. You can only use this effect of Gate Guardian of Wind and Water twice per turn, because there's two bodies, I'm assuming. If this face up special summon card on its owner's control leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect card, you can't special summon one of your banished 𝗦𝗣𝗔𝗡𝗡𝗟. I'm gonna go with 𝗦𝗡𝗃 or 𝗬𝗛. Yeah, and they have to be in your banish zone. This is the weird part, right? So all these Gate Guardians, the new Megazord or whatever you want to call these Gate Guardian cards, they banish, right? So it is a contact fusion, but they banish the cards, which is really weird to me. Why not send them to the graveyard? I think that would be a little bit better. Like, are they afraid that the graveyard is going to be overused or a potential? I mean, there's no way this deck is going to be like overpowered on its own, right? So I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking there. It's just a little weird, quick, tidbit that I saw, and they all do that as well. So, anyways, let's move on here. We saw that guy. We saw that already as well. So, we have the Gate Guardian between Sangha of the 𝗦𝗦𝗏 and 𝗦𝗡𝗏. So must be special summoned from your extra deck by banishing the above cards you control during your main phase. You can add a spell or trap from your deck to your hand that mentions Sangha of the 𝗦𝗏, 𝗦𝗡𝗏, or 𝗬𝗛. You can only use this effect of this card once per turn. If this faces up a special summon card and its owner's control leaves the field because of an opponent's card, you can special summon one of your banished Sangha or 𝗦𝗡𝗏. This one is probably, one of the worst ones. It's a searcher, right? But I don't think any of the in archetype cards for Gate Guardian are good. Like, we're gonna read them. I might stand corrected, but from what I remember, because I did read these when they were first announced, I did not see anything that was like, wow, this is really really good, except maybe the tank. But that's only because of level 7, generic level 7 support, essentially, for cash money. Anyway, so I think they're all level 10 except the combined Gate Guardian, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, it's 9. That's weird too. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's pretty weird. I was gonna say maybe we can use Mount of the Battle Creator to at least try to make this deck kinda good, but that went out. Okay, so this card is all of them. Obviously, must be special summoned from your extra deck by banishing the above cards from your hand, field, or graveyard. Maybe that's why they so you can use your graveyard for the contact fusion. Do they all have that though? By banishing the above cards that you control? No. So this one's special in that regard. But even then, I don't know. Maybe because what are they worried about, right? Like, worst case scenario, you have like 3 bodies on the field with like really high attack that don't really do much. I mean, once this card is summoned, the one on the left here, and you search, it's basically useless. The other one we went through, Wind and Water, or whatever the hell it was called, Guardian of Wind and Water. We'll go with that. It did negate, and it was twice per turn and once per chain. So I guess that in that case, that card is kind of scary. But I mean, this card, the one on the left, not so much. Anyway, so let's see. So when your opponent activates a card or effect that targets card or cards you control. Quick effect, you can negate the effect. And if you do destroy that card, you can only use this effect of Gate Guardian combined once per turn. That sucks. If they face up special summon card and its owner's control leaves the field because of an opponent's card, you can special summon one level something or lower Gate Guardian monster. I think it says 10 or 11. Basically anything that's not this, right? Gate Guardian monster from your deck or extra deck ignoring its summoning conditions. So I mean, I guess that's good because you can go back into one of the smaller bodies, and it is. I mean, it kind of is reminiscent of the anime as well, right? Like I think you had to destroy the pieces individually, which this kind of does. The arc this new support does embody that, right? You try to destroy Gate Guardian combined, then you get one of the Gate Guardian of Thunder and Wind, or Water and Wind, or Thunder and Water, or whatever, back or summoned into from your extra deck into the field, and then when those get destroyed or get removed from the field, then you get one of the either 𝗬𝗪𝗓𝗔𝗓 or Song of the Thunder. So it does kind of play with that. It's just not good. All right, so I think this is the last one here. Gate Guardian of Water and Thunder. Actually, he looks kind of badass here, but that's like his penis, right? So I don't know. 𝗬𝗪𝗓𝗔𝗡 and Song of the Thunder must be special summoned from your extra deck by banishing the above cards you control once per chain. Quick effect, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls, change its attack to 0 until the end of this turn. You can use this effect twice per turn if this face-up special summon card. Yeah, so you can just basically summon 𝗬𝗪𝗓𝗔𝗡 or Song of the Thunder. This one's pretty good too. Just kind of it enables OTKs a little bit, but that's about it, right? The good thing about this and Wind and Water, actually, I think 𝗬𝗪𝗓𝗔 is the fucking MVP here because that's the what the two have in common, right? 𝗬𝗪𝗓𝗔, they both have a twice per turn effect, so that kind of makes it good, honestly. So anyway, so double attack, Wind and Thunder. If you control a Gate Guardian monster, target one card on the field, destroy it. It's not that good. First of all, you gotta target, and then second of all, you have to have a Gate Guardian monster. So this card is useless to you if you don't have one of those, right? If you draw this turn 1, you can't even use this. Also, if it is turn 1 of the actual match, it's useless to you too because you got to target something on the field. It is a quick play though, so I guess you could technically, if you go first, set it and then bait your opponent or whatever. I guess I don't know. I'm trying to make this work, guys. I'm trying to do my thing with what I got here. Anyway, so during your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard, and one from your one of your Sanga, 𝗦𝗪𝗓𝗔𝗡, or 𝗬𝗪𝗓𝗔𝗡 that is banished or in your deck to your hand, and it's not summoned. You can't summon it. What is Konami afraid of, honestly? How are you going to get these cards into your graveyard or into your field? These cards are useless in the field. They're basically vanilla unless they're attacked, right? And then even then you can just negate their effects. They are pretty big, I suppose, but I mean I don't know. That's terrible in my opinion. You can only use this effect of this card once per turn. Yeah, pretty standard. All right, so we got Shadow Ghoul of the Labyrinth, level 5. So we can't even use it as a body. You can't extend with it because we need a tribute. You can discard this card, add one Labyrinth Wall card from your deck to your hand at the start of the damage step. If your opponent monster battles wall, you control a Labyrinth Wall card. You can banish this card from your graveyard, destroy that opponent's monster. If your opponent monster battles, so they have to go in and battle. And then you have to remove this card from your graveyard, removing your resources, and then you can destroy it. That's still pretty bad. I mean, that's still pretty bad. I don't know. That sounds pretty bad. Prey of Jiraiya. By the way, this card and add one Labyrinth Wall card. We haven't seen any Labyrinth Wall cards, have we? I think no. We haven't. So what the hell? This card is. I mean, it's not the worst card because of that graveyard effect. But come on, I'm trying to zoom in here. What are you doing? What are you doing, Twitter? Special summon this card as a normal monster. Insect, Earthed, level 5, attack 2100, defense 100. to your main monster zone, and it can be in attack position, so that's cool, because he only has 100 defense. You don't want this guy in defense mode. In its what to your main monster zone in its same column. This card is also still a trap. So basically, when you activate some of these trap monsters, you can kind of select where you put the monster, but in this case, it's forcing you to put it directly above where this card was placed. So, for example, let's say you set this trap in the leftmost trap zone. You have to summon this monster once you activate the effect in the leftmost monster zone, which is at first like a weird thing, but think about it, right? You can trap yourself and not be able to activate this effect. If I'm reading it correctly, you can actually fuck yourself over. Anyway, so let's see. Then you can destroy one monster your opponent controls in this card's column. This card's column. I mean, whoop-de-doo. It does seem like this deck has a lot of monster removal, destruction, but it's not that good. Like whatever. Well, target one monster. You can destroy one monster your opponent controls in this card's column. You can banish this card from your graveyard at one 𝗠𝗘𝗗𝗜𝗔𝗡𝗟, 𝗦𝗨𝗣𝗔𝗡𝗡𝗟 that is banished or in your deck to your hand. Again, you can't special summon these cards for some reason. Why? You can only use each effect of Prey, of Jirai Gumo once per turn. So in all the stuff that we've seen, right, we have not been able to directly summon 𝗬𝗔𝗓, 𝗦𝗨𝗣𝗔𝗡, or whatever from the deck. Unless I'm mistaken. Let's see. So when Gate Guardian combined leaves the field, if this face-up special summon card in its owner's control leaves the field because of your opponent's card effect, special summon one level 11 or whatever, lower Gate Guardian monster. Oh, you can't use this to summon 𝗬𝗔𝗓, 𝗦𝗨𝗣𝗔𝗡, and or 𝗠𝗘𝗓, because it's not a Gate Guardian monster. But you can summon the OG Gate Guardian monster, which is a vanilla that it just has an orange border. So, okay, well, these guys, special summon, if it leaves the field because of an opponent's card, you can special summon one of your banished. They have to be banished, not in your hand. All right, but can you use them from your hand as materials? Must be special summoned from your extra deck by banishing the above cards you control. So no, the 𝗠𝗘𝗗𝗜𝗔𝗡, 𝗬𝗔𝗓, have to be on the field. We've seen that none of the cards so far, the support for this archetype, does not summon them on the field so far, because I know there is a card that kind of gets around that. So how are you getting these cards on the putting them in your hand does nothing, right? We've seen this. We know this. The only way you can use them from your hand is with this card, because you can banish the above cards from your hand, field, or graveyard. Hand or graveyard. So the only way you can use 𝗬𝗔𝗓, 𝗦𝗨𝗡, and Song of the Thunder from your hand is to summon the big bad himself. Otherwise, good luck with that. And the big bad is not even like that good. I would really I think the best one is the one that negates once per chain. Second being thunder and wind, just because that negate, or that is it a quick effect first of all? Because if it is, that's really good. Let's see. So, let's see. Is it this card you can only use? No, this is the searcher. Let's go back here. This is the guy that reduces the monster's attack to 0. Come on, Twitter, what are you doing? All right, you know how Twitter be sometimes. So it is a once per chain quick effect, which is really good. So I would say, yeah, the in order, I think, in my opinion, in my non-expert opinion, water and thunder and wind and water are going to be the best ones to go with, right? That you want on your field as quickly as possible. Yet you cannot summon these using 𝗠𝗘𝗓, 𝗦𝗨𝗡, 𝗬𝗔𝗓 from your hand. They have to be on the field. So so this archetype kind of sucks. This archetype honestly kind of sucks. I'm very disappointed in Konami, honestly. So, okay, I think these are the last two. Let's see, Labyrinth, Wall, Shadow. This is like the only thing you can search off of, yeah, right, because it has to be a Labyrinth Wall card. and this is the Labyrinth heavy tank. So, anyways, monsters cannot attack the turn they are summoned, 𝗦𝗢𝗣𝗅𝗡, except monsters whose original level is 5 or higher, 𝗦𝗢𝗅𝗡. Once per turn during your main phase, you can place one of your 𝗦𝗨𝗣𝗣𝗢𝗡, 𝗦𝗨𝗣𝗡𝗟 that is banished or in your hand or deck face up on in your spell trap zone as continuous spells. At the start of your opponent's battle phase, you can target one monster your opponent controls with less than 1600 attack, destroy it. That's probably never going to happen in all actuality. The only cool thing about this is that you can place them in your spell and trap zone, which is also reminiscent of the anime, right? They when the twins first summoned these cards, they were coffins, right? And only when all three of them were put on the field, then Gate Guardian was formed, essentially. So this it's reminiscent of that. It is a cool thing, and it is at least trying to get you to place stuff on the field now, right? Like they're actively helping you place these pieces on the field, but the other effects are kind of pretty much useless. All right, so this guy, you can normal summon this card without tributing, and probably in this deck you won't even need a normal summon, if I'm going to be completely honest, because, well, first of all these cards are really high level. Actually, all of them are level 5 or higher. Now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, all of them are level 5 or higher, bro. That's crazy. So you will be using your normal summon for this card, essentially. Without tributing, cannot attack the turn it is normal summon during your main. That's a really bad thing, to be honest. 2400 isn't that scary. I guess they're trying to minimize OTKs because you could technically OTK using this and the limiter removal, I guess. I mean, I don't know. You can place one of your 𝗦𝗨𝗣𝗣𝗡𝗟, 𝗬𝗎𝗔𝗡 that is banished or in your hand or deck face up in your spell trap zone. So it's basically like the other thing. Then if you control a Labyrinth Wall card, you can destroy one monster your opponent controls, and it's only a once per turn. So this archetype sucks. This support sucks. Like this, they could have done a lot things a lot better. And what they are doing, I do like, by the way. I do like the fact that they're at least trying to get stuff on the field. Maybe, have them be special summon instead of searching them and putting them in your hand, because a lot of the cards do that for some reason. Why would you need a level 7 monster in your hand? You never need that unless it's a 𝗦𝗡𝗗𝗏 card, I guess. And then the other thing, something that I do like is that they are placing them in the spell and trap zone, kind of reminiscent of the anime. What I don't like is that they focus hardcore on destroying cards, and most of them is targeted destruction for a deck that has really high attack monsters. It's really not necessary. I do like both the water and wind guy and the water and thunder guy. The other ones are hit and miss. I do understand that thunder and wind is a searcher, so that's kind of it's gonna help you pop off if there is any. If you can even pop off in this deck. The main baddie, his effect sucks for how much resources you have to stick into him, right? Three of them. You need three pieces. You need and they have to be, it's not just 3 generic pieces or 3 whatever pieces. It has to be 𝗦𝗨𝗣𝗡𝗟, 𝗬𝗎𝗔𝗡, etc. And you really don't get much from that guy, right? He has like one good effect, I think it was, and it's again monster destruction. 𝗦𝗢𝗣𝗡𝗅𝗏. I'm really disappointed in Konami, in all honesty. Although I will say the archetype itself, the artwork looks really cool, and I think a lot of the artwork though. So I guess it's not credit to Konami or the TCG department. I think most of the artwork was lifted from the animes or the manga. Sorry, so. It's a very lazy archetype. I'm trying to see if there's like any comment of what I just said, because I'm pretty sure I saw people comment they were basically putting the picture side by side with the manga panel and what we have here. And that's not a bad thing, by the way, but the effects themselves suck. So it's a very very lazy very lazy support. I don't know what to say. I'm actually very disappointed. I wish, maybe it can do something with 𝗦𝗡𝗗𝗏. I'm not really familiar with 𝗦𝗡𝗃𝗏, So let me know, can it do something with cashier on its own? From what I've seen, I don't think it'll do much, just because you need stuff on the field for the most part, but the archetype makes you put stuff in your hand, and a lot of the stuff is high level monsters, so you're gonna break, probably more often than not. Like, imagine this, right? This is a scenario I'm imagining. You your first turn, you draw 5 cards, and all of them are the pieces, right? You draw 𝗬𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗔𝗡, Song of the Thunder, and then 2 more of those pieces, whatever it may be. You can't do anything, right? You can't. Well, you can summon the big baddie himself, and then after that, you can't do much because you have to remove it from the field, but your opponent has to remove it from the field, I believe, in order for you to get the smaller pieces. So I don't know. You know what? This video is too long. Maybe someone comes up with something. Hopefully someone comes up with something, but I will catch you guys in the next one.